I just wanted to say thanks for this morning's work at our September session at Chapman U. Um, from my vantage point, it looked like everybody had the opportunity to kind of weigh in on what topics they were interested in studying, um, talking with other colleagues about those topics, and then ultimately just planting their flag and landing their topics on depending on the goal. So either formative instructional goal, organizational health, or social emotional wellness. I didn't take a lot of time to talk about the shared document this morning, and I just wanted to kind of circle back to that. Just so you have a sense of timeline where we're headed over the next month. So today, obviously, we were able to jot down our topics. Thanks so much for adding your name to it. I think those were really, really helpful in terms of our organization getting everything sorted up. Um, Next week, members of our building steering committee will pull together and we'll start to organize. Everybody's posted. And then we're going to transfer all that information up to the Chapman U board in the workroom. That'll give you a chance to look at what everybody else is interested in, give you a chance to kind of change your mind, and just make your final selections. So between now and September 19th, what you want to do is review the board and then ultimately select which topic that you plan to study by simply putting a circle around your name. Cross off your name on topics that you just won't plan to study this first session. So final selections need to be made by September 19th. And topics, if you've chosen a topic or you're in between two topics and you choose one, you can always personally study that topic with an instructional coach or a trusted colleague. So it doesn't mean that you can't continue to learn around that particular area. This is kind of an important date to remember, but by September 20th, we're going to need those proposal forms submitted. You can find them in the Google Doc. I'm just suggesting that September 20th groups come together for a brief chat to fill out that document together collaboratively. So it should take only 10 or 15 minutes. You'll get really fast feedback from Sean or myself, and then we'll get you moving so you can get started. You can start to get organized. And then between the 21st and October 2nd, you're just getting ready. Your groups are going to identify, what resources do you need, what format do you want to use, if there's any advanced planning or materials that need to be reviewed prior to your first session in October. Once you feel very confident that you have a good plan together, October 3rd will be your first learning session with your group. And then some of the roles and responsibilities. So unlike in the past, we won't have necessarily a lead facilitator. We won't have a study group guide that's kind of organizing everybody throughout the year. So my ask this year is that each of us takes that professional responsibility to ensure that they're highly engaged, that they're prepared, they're following those just really basic and universal social norms of being on time, being prepared, being engaged, being actively involved in the learning, and also sharing some of those responsibilities so it doesn't feel like one person is doing everything or all the heavy lifting. So there's a good level of balanced shared responsibility. I think overall that'll really ensure a successful outcome for your group. And your learning will be impacted by that, and then ultimately the students' learning will be impacted. If you have any questions for me, certainly reach out to me personally. I can always circle back to the steering committee if we have some confusion or something that we need to kind of course correct. But looking forward to seeing the topics on the board over the next couple weeks, and then ultimately really excited to see everybody start working through their topics on October 3rd. Thanks so much.